They made a sequel to Shaq Fu, for crying out loud. And we're going to play it here on Geek.com's Facebook page and Twitch.tv. I'm Jordan Miner. I'm joined by Matt Buzzy, Will Greenwald, Gabe Carey. We got a full crew here today.
Whole row.
Not just to play Shaq Fu, although as you can understand, everyone in the office wants to play Shaq Fu: Legend Reborn.
They're lining out the door.
I'd rather play Dark Souls.
Let's start with me, Will.
All right. So we're playing this, but really we're all here to talk about the E3 2018. That's
the Electronic Expo.
Yeah, that's next week. Will, you're going to be there.
I'll be there.
We'll have coverage on all across the Ziff Davis family websites. E3 is like game journalist Christmas. All the publishers get there. Yeah. They announce all their marketing. Stuff's going to happen.
Sure.
And because we like to think we have our finger on the pulse of the industry, we want to guess, predict what we think is going to happen at the show, and talk it out, yell at each other. We're going to play Shaq Fu also, just so my hands are doing something.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Devolver Digital is going to announce Metal Wolf Chaos.
Wow. Okay, before we get into it, though, I do want to just set the mood for what Shaq Fu to A Legend Reborn is.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Let's go to the Shaqopedia.
Let's go to the Shaqopedia. If you have questions, comments, leave them. We'll
get to them. This is already very good.
Oh, something weird's happening.
Oh no!
Is your Switch dying?
Shaq Fu is too much for
Is it the Switch or is it the box?
It's kind of weird.
Maybe it's just a bad game.
Hold on.
Okay.
What was that caption that I saw there also?
Let's get back into it, and we'll get to see also the very long load time.
Oh, perfect.
Great. I'm kind of curious because I saw in the character profile his name in this game is Shaquille Fu.
Yeah.
That's his legal birth name.
I'm unfamiliar with the lore of the franchise.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about real life.
So Shaq Fu, this is a crowdfunded sequel to Shaq Fu, which is a legendarily bad fighting game from the height of Shaq mania in the mid-90s.
So what better thing to bring back here?
Yeah, 90s kids will remember Shaq Fu.
Right.
Yeah.
It's free if you bought, or at least here on Nintendo Switch, it's free if you bought NBA Playgrounds before they patched it with online. NBA Playgrounds, we streamed that last year.
It's fun.
And we reviewed it. And it's pretty good. It's not NBA Jam, but it's like not bad.
Yeah,
so
it's pretty fun.
So yeah,
fun weeks in the office with it.
Yeah, so if you bought that during the right time, this is free for you, and that's the way I suggest getting it.
For the basketball hardcore fanatics out there.
Yeah, but this is
Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
Want to play Shaq Fu. It's a smaller and smaller Venn diagram the more you talk about it, but
you can see how really long this is taking.
They got a little Shaq's whole body. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's start with. So we'll throw out your prediction. You're gonna throw out then.
Devolver Digital is going to announce a North American port of Metal Wolf Chaos.
And that seems random, but they did a thing that makes you think that.
Yeah, this morning we have a news thing on Geek.com about it. Devolver just tweeted a picture of the seal of the President of the United States of America. And when I say a seal of the President, I mean a seal of President Michael Wilson from Software mech game Metal Wolf Chaos, with very distinctly just an armored eagle head and a shield with 3 stars on it, and
that's actually just the new presidential seal.
Again, Metal Wolf Chaos is going to be the network of video games. We're going to look back on it and be like, people thought this was farce.
Yeah, but now you
Wolfenstein 2.
yeah. You know Metal Wolf Chaos, Buzzy or
really.
Gabe? Either of you know too much about it?
No.
Yeah, so this is a Japanese-only Xbox original game. So let that sink in.
Made by From Software, the people who made Dark Souls.
Right, back when they were still kind of good. It's about the Vice President Richard Hawke taking control of America, and then you play as Mike Wilson in a mech suit taking America back in your own
president,
mech suit.
who's I believe the great grandson of Woodrow Wilson.
Yes.
Sure.
Yep.
Why wouldn't he be?
Yeah. This is great. He's like, Lindsay, hold my 2 o'clock. I'm going to save America. It's a wonderful game.
Why does this just sound like a Saints Row game?
It kind of is, but it's from 2004,
and also without the intentional humor, because it was just like this Japanese game.
Yeah,
that never came out in America, and it's the most American thing.
Yeah.
So the game's even completely English voice acted.
Yeah.
Right,
So
we'll
and it came out on the Xbox. So a Japan-only game on the Xbox. 3 dozen people saw it.
Yeah.
So it being on the Xbox makes me think, my cynical prediction is that it will just be, hey, it's backwards compatible now on Xbox One X.
Even that would be fine because I have shopped for this game. I've gone to Japan twice and looked for it in stores there. And even there, it is $350.
Extremely on brand.
Yeah.
What isn't?
So hopefully we'll see that there. And hopefully
the cinematic will play smoothly this time.
It's jerking harder.
Why? Alright, we're good. We made it. This next caption really threw me for a loop before it froze last time.
Was he found in the river like Moses?
Yes, listen to this caption.
God damn it.
It's incredible.
Yeah. And my coal black skin.
Right. In a bag in a river.
Is that the Cotton logo? Is this Afro Samurai 3?
Yeah, it's just the Wu-Tang Clan. Like, yeah. Yeah, this was ghost written by RZA.
In China, opposite China.
No.
I have a question. Who do we think this game is for?
I have many questions.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Still way more story than Street Fighter V did at launch. I wasn't expecting this to be animated, Jesus Christ.
It's called production value, Will.
Yeah. I was not expecting that.
Learn about it.
I wasn't expecting so much plot.
We should get like a copyright strike for just streaming out the entirety of Shaq Fu, the film.
That was great.
So yeah, see, so is that we all caught up to speed?
I get it now.
Shaq, famous Chinaman. He's out here
Doing what he's doing.
doing what he's doing. So I'm gonna start playing it. But we don't really have to talk about it.
Get in there. No.
We should talk about E3.
We should talk about
while marveling
E3.
at
So
this.
someone throw another prediction as I continue playing Shaq Fu: Legend Reborn.
There's going to be video games there, though.
What?
I think so. I think this is the final of the year that's going to be about video games at E3.
Maybe the working conditions will get better.
Maybe the working conditions.
No.
Probably not.
Well, you know what though? Maybe because that was a lot of talk at GDC.
That was a not insignificant amount of focus.
Yeah, like there were like meetups and yeah, like Twitter pages formed.
I think it'll get there.
I'll believe it when we see actual reform, but you're not going to see it spearheaded by the ESA.
Oh no, or the IGDA for that matter.
Yeah.
You can read our interview with what's her face, Jen McLean, about how spicy labor is. But let's talk about who cares about people. Let's talk about products.
Right, that's all everyone cares about.
Tell us about the expansion of Destiny 2 you're going to get defensive over.
It's not until September, so I think we probably saw what we're going to see on their live stream the other
I
day.
didn't know they announced Destiny.
Will.
I guessed that. I didn't know they announced an expansion.
Yeah, I also started playing 2 days ago, and now I've played for hours those past 2 days again, so I guess I'm playing Destiny again.
So I'm playing Nier Automata again, so I have better taste.
Would that preclude any Destiny announcements at E3? Do you think?
Probably. They did this like 2 days ago. Why not just hold it? They probably just didn't want to get buried because it's not a game. It's just an expansion.
Yeah. Also, it feels like every
Maybe it'll
EA
be playable on the floor. I have no idea.
It feels like every EA, like every E3, EA and Activision are kind of like the biggest big three guys out there. But they're also the most boring because, like, they're going to have sports games, they're going to have Battlefield, they're going to have Call of Duty.
There was a particularly egregious EA one, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, where it was the year before because they showed off Mass Effect Andromeda, and it was like just design sketches of stuff.
Right,
from
yeah,
Andromeda.
yeah.
And I was like, what is
Was that too when they
this?
had like Criterion also like show nothing?
So,
yeah.
It was a lot of showing nothing and like design vidocs.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Now, we'll probably see stuff about Anthem, which, like, hopefully they'll convince us it's more than our Destiny.
Yeah, that was last year.
Because
Yeah. Visually it looked cool. The idea of flying around in a suit, if that's like an open world thing, I mean, it looked fun.
it looks cool. I like
a very short gameplay segment. Who knows how much of what that is or how deep it is, but
I like better the idea of EA having BioWare do something they're good at, like storytelling and like an RPG that
I
has
don't know if that
interesting
stuff's
stuff
gonna be
happening.
tied in. Maybe the way they tie the Old Republic, the MMOs, the like.
Maybe you need to
story
get loot
dialogue
boxes for the
options
script.
Into tie those like story dialogue options into the game like a Destiny with those sort of options. Also third person and also having this weird question.
What's the best video game starring a rapper?
Def Jam, one of those.
Which one?
I mean, I don't know. Fight for New York, maybe. People don't. People. I know people don't like Icon, which was a 360 PS3 one, which we have a post about.
Isn't Vendetta the one with Fred Durst?
Maybe, I don't know. They're all blur for me. But someone needs to make a new rapper fighting game. Oh my god, that's the easiest layup. Can you imagine? Like if Arc System Works made a rapper fighting game
now, here in 2018.
Yeah.
Why don't you straight up like an ICP fighting game?
That would be.
There's enough lore. You could do this.
Yeah.
But just evil.
But like a rapper fighting game made in the style of Dragon Ball Fighters.
Oh please.
Yeah.
No, Dragon Ball Xenoverse.
Popular edgelord Kanye West. I play some all the time.
Popular anime character. Top 10 anime betrayals. Kanye West and all of us.
No one should have all that
Another
power.
question.
Who would be the final boss in this game?
Suge Knight, maybe? He's just throwing syringes full of HIV at you.
That's not fair because Suge Knight is basically the Akuma of reality.
Right. You
nailed it.
Yeah.
So I see something that tracks well. This is a game, huh?
I'm just impressed by this frame rate. Look at that.
Look
at that boy.
I forgot it was a brawler and not a fighting game, so it's Golden Shack.
Yeah.
I like the
Shacks of Rage.
I like the idea of a Kanye West fighting game where we're the final boss.
The tolerant left is the final boss.
Oh no.
So much
Kanye West
for
fighting
us.
game where all the characters are all the albums.
Who would publish that?
Kanye West.
Okay, so he's holding his own E3 press conference?
Yeah. Who would publish that? Probably Activision.
Because who did Def Jam back in the day? I think it was EA. Because the Fight Night people worked on it. Because it was kind of like a wrestling game more than a fighting game.
Oh yeah, it's like way more of that. Although I think later ones were a bit more straight fighting.
Yeah, because they were doing stuff where it's like, oh, if you hit on beat to your music, you get a big hit, which is great. Like,
Cool concept.
Yeah.
Also, is that like a distaff version of the DC hero Blue Devil?
Sure.
There's little souls going up to heaven. What's going on here?
Yeah.
They didn't put much effort into those backgrounds, huh?
Check out this zinger.
Hey, even he thinks that's the lowest.
That's a good follow-up. Okay.
That's a pretty good follow-up.
So
what else is gonna happen at E3?
Yeah.
Y'all?
Bethsoft.
We just installed Just Cause 4 got announced yesterday by accident through a leak.
Right. Although it's funny, now they put that out there. I got an email from Square Enix like, oh, we're announcing the 4th entry in this long-running like Western open world game.
It's
like, oh, huh.
Hey, it isn't the first time Steam has put something on their store that shouldn't be there.
Hey.
Ooh. Thanks, Gabe.
Curate, cowards.
So yeah, that's something that won't be announced at E3 is Valve curating their platform.
Yeah, I don't even want curating.
Responsibility, accountability.
Valve having any sort of cert process of just like making sure a game is not garbage or hateful, weird bullshit.
Yeah.
Like
It's funny because the caveat to all that was like anything that we think is so and so or straight up trolling, which again comes down to a judgment call by Valve.
Right.
Also complete bullshit if you look at the stuff that's on there.
Also, a judgment call as filtered through your dumb like internet way of looking at the world. Like you're even calling it trolling. You know.
But like to have that after like a month or two after that whole visual novel thing of like some moralizing people were like, oh, this game might have nipples in it or something, because yeah, erogays are a thing, but why should they be banned? But things like School Shooting Simulator gets to go up without anyone saying anything. Yeah. Jim Sterling should not be the first line of defense against garbage on Steam.
Yes.
Let's talk more about E3.
Yeah. Do you think Valve will announce a game ever again?
No.
Okay.
Bethesda.
No.
Let's talk about Bethesda. Fallout 76. What do you think it is?
For sure. It seems like it's gonna be some sort of survival sim done their way with the Fallout trappings, and I don't really know what that means.
You missed something amazing there, though.
I did.
Oh yeah, the icy hot power up. Yeah. We'll get more. Yeah. So Fallout 76. Yeah. So I said this is my predictions piece. I think that like if you look at their other sort of Todd franchises.
Todd-based IPs.
Yeah. So like Elder Scrolls Online is
World of Todd.
I think blocking at Elder Scrolls 6. Like that's doing too well for them to like.
It's the old Republic.
Well, that they can still sell Skyrim in 2018.
Yeah, I think that's the case.
I think so.
Starfield, whatever Starfield is too far along, and so they're going back to Fallout. Like they have kind of no choice but to go back to Fallout faster than we would have expected.
But it's almost certainly not going to be a full like Bethsoft game.
Right. But I don't think it's going to be like a New Vegas type deal where that was a Fallout game just by a different team.
That was proper.
It just wasn't from the same devs.
Yeah.
Obsidian straight up was like, no, we're not doing it. We're sorry.
Everything. Anybody was like sources on this that said it's something like like there's a whole genre of this on Steam.
Rust and
Rust and
DayZ,
Ark,
you
Survival
know.
Evolved, and like these survival crafting games. Someone did make the point though that unlike either Fortnite or PUBG or Dota or League for that genre,
Garbage, all of that.
Garbage, all of it.
Yeah.
There's not really a de facto like big boy in that genre necessarily. For all these games that have come out and had their little audiences and have, I wish I could remember who said this on Steam on Twitter because it was a good point. There isn't one like big player you can't feel you can knock off. So why not?
Yeah.
Why not
Right.
have it be Bethesda?
Do you think
Why not
because those games aren't competitive that's what does it? It's like people
Possibly.
don't feel the need, like I have to pick my one MOBA or whatever because I need to get good at it.
They're all pretty
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah. That said, like investing all like just straight up time into those games is hard to have enough hours to play multiple of those games. Kind of like an MMO, you have to play multiple at once.
I do think like a Fallout Survive thing makes a lot of sense, and like building it around that, especially of like this is right after the war, like a decade or two later, so more limited resources maybe, or at least like limitations to prevent exploring.
Now I did not mess around with the Fallout like building stuff as much as the game
Because it
made
was
me to.
bad.
It was
It was a
bad.
bad
So I did
interface.
It's
not.
necessary also, just
But it sounds like this game will be built around that in a lot of ways.
we
so.
have the system.
Hopefully it'll be less
Fallout wasn't really
janky.
the game for it, so why not just
Yeah.
actually make a game? For it?
Neither was Skyrim.
I like how little any of that came through in, maybe intentional, in the teaser trailer.
Yeah.
It made it look like a new mainline Fallout game.
Yeah,
which is probably
right.
what they want people to think.
Because we're in this kind of crazy era now where people announce huge stuff before E3 so they can like dominate just a day's news cycle.
Right. Yeah.
And-
fewer and fewer things getting announced. Like
Yeah.
at E3.
Right, because then because they're just gonna get drowned out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so like, what do we predict? Because we already know a lot.
A lot of stuff.
yeah,
what
Doom 2
is
would be good.
happening.
Doom 2 would be good.
Between
Yeah.
announcements and leaks, we know of a pretty good amount.
Like, there's that new Devil May Cry, the new
Still not
Dead or
con-
Alive was today.
Right. People are expecting Forza Horizon 4. Was that based on anything?
Yeah,
or-
the A, math, and B, that Walmart Canada leak, which
Right.
also had Rage
Yeah,
2.
Rage 2, which was correct. It had Borderlands 3.
Yep.
Also.
It had
Definitely happening.
it had Splinter Cell, which I would love to see a new Splinter Cell.
Sure.
Borderlands
Hitman
3
2
makes a lot of
just got
sense.
announced? Also.
Assassin's Creed has like been popped, like that exists.
It does exist, and that's all I'll say about it.
Yeah, Hitman 2 just yesterday. It's another game that was like actually announced beforehand.
Yep.
They announced Pokemon already. That Nintendo booth leak showed that they're gonna have Dragon Ball Fighters on Switch and Killer Queen Black and Paladin. So
Some
yeah,
sort of Halo we may
And
see.
Fortnite on.
Fortnite on
yeah.
Switch. Yeah.
Which is going to be like, I don't think the Switch's wireless connection is that good unless you actually like just have it only docked and use the Ethernet adapter. So it's like I'm not sure how much I trust it for like a game like
Yeah,
Fortnite.
plus unlike the version of, because people comparing it to mobile, like all people play this game anywhere. Unlike mobile, you can play on your 4G.
Yep.
You need to be out, but you need to be on reliable Wi-Fi. So like, I don't know how useful the portable aspect is for Fortnite, honestly.
And as we saw trying to play it online, the Street Fighter collection was kind of rough on the Switch playing online. Like the multiplayer is just, maybe it'll be good, but it's gonna be, if you're used to mostly playing your Switch on the subway, you're not gonna be able to play Fortnite unless they add single
The
player.
whole utility is out. No car trip Fortnite for you.
Think there'll be any like big surprises besides cast members of the next Smash game from Nintendo?
I think so. Yeah, 'cause they need more for their back half of the year.
But they're probably they might tease Metroid Prime 4 a little bit. But they're
Yeah.
gonna save the meat for the big stuff, like for their own Nintendo
Or
Direct
random
later.
directs.
Yeah, I mean, so we got Smash Brothers for whenever I think it comes out when the online comes out. Pokemon's in November. They're still saying that Fire Emblem comes out this year, so they need to detail what that is. There's that Yoshi game that they showed off last year. We've got to hear both sides. Yeah, there's a lot.
They got stuff.
This whole again, like after Mario Tennis Aces, like we don't.
How about a new Mario Golf?
I think they don't want to do that in Mario Tennis in the same year because it's
No, not the same year, but say it'll come out in 2019.
Give us a new Mario Strikers instead of new Mario Golf, please.
Yeah, I agree.
The game's so good.
Strikers is really good. Mario Golf is.
Why hasn't there been Mario Hockey?
There was Mario Hockey in that Mario Sports Mix.
That doesn't count.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could totally translate well. Nice arcadey hockey game.
Yeah.
Or a I'm surprised it's not a basketball game, actually.
There
was.
was by
Square Enix
Square Enix. Mario Hoops 3-on-3.
When was that from?
That was on the
DS.
Nintendo DS.
It was real good.
It was really good.
Good enough I played
I'd
it.
like to see more ports from the 3DS to the Switch.
Yes,
So
like
would we
all
all.
of them.
Oh, that's a big Jordan stance for E3.
Yeah.
It's just kill the 3DS.
Hey,
Yeah.
would it be great that Metroid 2 remake coming to Switch?
And the first one.
But yeah, of course.
Yeah.
They so that Sushi Striker game just came out today. They announced that originally for 3DS, but it's out in 3DS and Switch today. And it's not great, but it's cool that it's on both.
It's like it's a match puzzle-y type game thing. It's very kind of Puzzles and Dragons-ish, and it seems fun. Just not necessarily
Luigi's Mansion remake coming to 3DS.
Yeah.
Wait, No, isn't that coming to Switch?
Nope, it's coming to 3DS,
3DS.
dog.
Which should be on Switch.
It should.
Maybe it will be.
I hope so.
But they at least confirmed that their direct, which is like 45 minutes, will only be Switch stuff. So that's good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great.
That Pokemon announcement was confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably going to be 45 minutes of that. Remember that year they did just like a Pokemon demo for the entirety of their...
Oh yeah,
That was bad.
Yeah. The other year they only had that and Zelda.
Yeah.
So yeah, Smash Brothers. They have Pokemon. They have all that stuff that leaked on that thing. They have Fire Emblem. They got to show off Yoshi. We think we're gonna see that Star Fox Racing game. I think so.
Maybe. How about a Maker / New Super Mario Brothers Switch, like a new 2D
Well,
Mario?
Maker for Switch seems like a slam dunk.
Yeah, that
You'd
would
think
be,
that.
That would be too. But the things that I keep hearing are more so that it's a port of New Super Mario Bros. U, which would be the dumbest thing.
What?
Like that game. One of the coolest things about Mario Maker is that it makes New Super Mario Brothers the most like useless franchise.
It makes
You just make your own.
Yeah.
It makes it completely obsolete.
They can't put out another Super Mario game in which that theoretically could have been created inside Mario Maker.
Yep. Now, like to be fair, like the actual side scrollers do have a more advanced engine than like Maker, so you can do some stuff with like, hills and just not everything being purely tile based.
Put all that stuff in Maker.
They should.
Instead.
That's what I was saying. They should make a sequel and include Mario 2 and Yoshi's
Stop
Island.
making those games, and then they could just sell level packs made by Nintendo.
Yeah.
Because Nintendo knows how to design levels
Yeah.
in this game, then you don't need any more standalone games.
Yeah.
Or how much of a slam dunk would it be for them to put out Mario Maker on the Switch and then say, you're going to have a new Super Mario Brothers game, it's just going to be DLC for Maker.
Yeah.
Just requiring it.
Or maybe they pitch it as like, it's New Super Mario Brothers U and Mario Maker.
Yeah.
Like you can it's like the combo.
Any
you can
of that
mod it, like it has the files for it in there or something. I don't know. They just can't put out New Super Mario Bros. U again, but I'm afraid they're going to.
I'd
It's
rather
like,
see 3D World than you.
yeah, that would be
3D
cooler
World was
too.
good. I quite liked it. But
yeah.
Also Odyssey is so much better.
It's a different kind of 3D Mario game, though.
different,
That
yeah.
some people, I've talked to some people. Some people prefer 3D World.
Yeah, no, it's totally different tasting. Like I kind of prefer the Mario 64 kind of exploration rather than the specifically like obstacle course structured levels, which is totally valid.
I do too. But now that we've seen both of them, I think I understand the validity of
You have
both.
to
We just
listen
gone
to
so long
both
without seeing
sides.
it. Yeah. We just go so long without seeing a good 64 type game that we were getting itchy
Yeah.
for it. But we got one.
What about Sony? Think PlayStation's gonna have something there?
Normies rejoice. So they've already announced their sort of big 4 pillars. It's Death Stranding, it's Spider-Man, it's Last of Us Part 2, a famous game about hate.
And Last of Us Part 3. Hey, what's it called?
Days Gone.
No, it's not. No, Days Gone is not one of their pillars. It's the other. What's the other one?
I'm not sure it's one of their games at this point.
No, it's Ghost of Tsushima. That's the other one.
Oh,
From Sucker Punch.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure. If you say so.
yeah, sure.
Spider-Man looks good.
It
That game
does.
might be very good.
Yeah.
People have wanted that Spider-Man 2 remake forever.
It's gonna be your Sunset Overdrive sequel.
I don't want that.
That's totally
It's
fine.
Insomniac. It's
Yeah.
about swinging around.
As long as that free roam swinging is like satisfying, that's half the game. Like you already won people over.
Right. As long as it's not. I'm just afraid that game's gonna be Spider-Man Uncharted.
I
I
think it's
don't
gonna be
want
Spider-Man,
that.
Yeah.
Just quick time events.
Yeah.
At the wazoo.
But
I think that DMC5 is going to be at the Sony conference. Like that's going to be the unveil.
I can
Yeah.
see that.
yeah, because Capcom. So there's history now of Sony paying Capcom for stuff.
Yep.
Like Street Fighter 5. So you think that'd be Capcom's like, oh, yeah, their January game, like how Monster Hunter was this January, and then RE7 was January before that. Or like
Yeah.
Lost Planet back in the day was always in January.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to go back to Devil May Cry though, because I just think Bayonetta is better than in like every way. Like
Yeah, but
I think they're different.
a fifth one could and they're also they're different. But
really, like I don't know. Bayonetta just always seemed like a parody of Devil May Cry to me. That was also just way better. Also, it was Kamiya doing the first one. It just seemed like an extension of
Yeah.
what he was doing with Devil May Cry.
The character action games are good. They're a valid genre. Not everything is a DMC-like or a Bayo-like.
I almost dropped that tape earlier today.
The character action games are bad.
I was on the verge. I actually typed it and deleted it.
Well, because I gave you codes for Bayonetta 1 and 2, and you famously didn't redeem them.
What?
Yeah. Don't worry, someone else did.
I was like, I don't play that, and then I didn't.
But yeah, I made the mistake of playing Bayonetta 2, then Bayonetta 1, then Devil May Cry 4, and be like, oh, these all got worse.
Yeah. If you play DMC Definitive Edition, it actually plays pretty solid.
What, the Ninja Theory one?
Yeah.
But some people hate that one, I thought.
Well,
I like it a lot.
I hated the redesign, but after they did the Definitive Edition and just said, fine, here, play old Dante. Then it's like, all right, this game's cool.
Okay.
Play old Dante, and it was like 30 frames per second on the old console.
Yeah, that was a problem too.
Okay, because I expected a lot of the hate for that game was a very kind of, let's say, Tim kind of opinion.
Sure.
But
that's totally fair.
But I don't know.
Also, I thought like new Dante looked way too much like Rachel Maddow.
Well, he looked way too much like the creative director for that game, also, which was.
Can we take a moment to appreciate these animations while those boys walk around?
Oh, that little straight punch.
Happening there.
You could lie to me and say that we're playing like the Double Dragon 2 remake.
We are.
Remember
it's just
that?
Shaq's in it now.
No, this is better than the Double Dragon 2 remake, but they're clearly kind of on the same level. How about Microsoft? What are we looking at?
I think
exclusives.
They just delayed Crackdown, which is like one of their few things.
They delayed Crackdown after reminding everyone that they were making Crackdown.
Right.
Well, because they want everyone to forget after last E3. Did you play it last E3? It was bad. I played it. It was bad.
It looks.
It made
bad.
It made Agents of Mayhem look good.
It was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
What have they been doing?
Working on the cloud. Remember when that game was all about the cloud?
Cloud-based? Yeah.
Right, because back when the Xbox One X was going to be always online. It's crazy.
Like, you don't have to worry about the graphics being worse in this system. It's powered by the cloud.
It's crazy how those original decisions have just screwed them this entire generation.
Yep.
Completely.
The whole basis of the console's personality and identity.
Yeah, everything. It's just
DRM, always online, Connect-focused thing, and none of those are true anymore. Now it's just a box.
I think would be a really great gesture.
With a really bad interface.
With an AMD Jaguar-based processor.
Yeah. It would be like a really great gesture and just kind of help bring balance to the Force.
If they just stopped for the generation away
if they stop making Star Wars movies?
That too. But what if Sony said, hey...
If they start making Dark Souls games?
No. First off, Bloodborne. Second...
I would play a Western-made Souls game. It might be kind of good.
Let me tell you about The Surge.
Yeah.
And also...
God of War.
No, but, okay, let me get this out.
Yeah, okay.
Please.
What if Sony basically gave Microsoft some pity and said, hey, we see you have some exclusives problems. Here, have Days Gone. We don't need another zombie game.
Get this off our hands, please.
No, because in the grand scheme of things, Microsoft's doing way better than Sony as far as larger corporate stuff is concerned.
Yeah, but those are wildly different worlds.
Yeah.
Must be pretty sick to be just Microsoft and Xbox. You bet. We're doing real bad. It doesn't matter though.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter though. We have
so much
OneDrive.
I think they will be the ones to do a first-party battle royale game of some sort, whether it's a Halo battle royale or Gears of War or something.
Also, they do own Minecraft.
You know, a Halo battle royale for all the that might be a really good fit.
Yeah.
That honestly might be a really good battle royale fit.
Although a Minecraft battle royale would be a really great way just to create a child army. It'd be like Shredder in that first Ninja Turtles live
So you're saying a Minecraft battle royale would be like Act 3 race?
But no, they're about to put that Minecraft expansion or that Minecraft update that unifies everything.
Oh yeah.
But,
Minecraft?
Yeah.
I've never played Minecraft.
It's good. It's actually a good game.
It's quite good. Yeah. You just need to ignore the current opinions of the original developer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Gotta separate the art from the artist on that particular venture.
They'll have a Forza Horizon. Those are good. I don't know. They're no Burnout, but they're pretty good.
I like them.
Yeah.
They're good.
There's a lot of fun.
They're not enough though. People are like,
the
oh,
free roaminess of them. You can't actually do that much other than drive fast food things that look pretty.
I love that Hot Wheels DLC.
That was good, but that's still not good enough. They're not arcadey enough.
Yeah, they're not. They're arcadey as hell compared to Forza, mainline Forza.
Right, but they still have too much of a foot in sim racing, and sim racing sucks.
Right, it's not fun.
It's bad. I don't want to drive real cars, let alone fake ones.
It'd be amazing if Microsoft decided to work with Raw Thrills and said, "Hey, Cruise and Blast, bring that to the console. That'd be cool."
That'd be pretty good. Too bad they don't own still the Gunstringer people.
Oh yeah.
Those worlds aren't really that interactable at the end of the day, and like they're just big sandboxes to drive fast.
Yeah, they're not crazy enough.
Yeah, they're not.
Need for Speed Underground 3. That is the racing game I want to see.
Yes.
Was Razor?
And Underground 2 was so.
Yeah.
Was Razor Callahan in that one?
I don't remember. I just remember that the soundtrack was like as good as Tony Hawk 2.
Ooh.
A lot of 50 Cent.
Yeah.
What else does Microsoft have?
Ubisoft?
Like any? Okay.
Yeah.
Ubisoft. I don't think. I don't think Beyond.
I thought we were done with dunking on Microsoft.
I have nothing to add.
Nothing more to add. That's part of the problem, though. We have nothing more to add. Like
also,
we have no idea.
Here's a bigger problem. None of us are even bothering to say, are they going to have a new Halo or Gears of War game?
Well, I think they'll have a Halo or Gears of War Battle Royale game.
Yeah.
A Halo Battle Royale could be really strong. Like, you know.
Timeline-wise,
I don't want that at all.
Why? It's set in between the events of Halo Wars 1 and 2.
Let me get past the end of my sentence.
Yeah.
Timeline-wise, it would be a good time on the Halo lifespan to announce another name on Halo.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
Because we all immediately thought you were talking about
So
the lore.
100 people drop into New Mombasa. Shaq's turning into a robot. Let's appreciate this.
I like Big D, but I still wish it was called the Shaco-Hod.
Look at
Keep
this
sandbagging it,
animation.
I'm going to think that joke's strong.
This is a
Don't
good
care.
animation. But Ubisoft's going to move on to.
Yeah.
I don't think Beyond Good and Evil 2 is a real game yet. Still, I don't.
Engine.
It's an engine and a monkey, and a CGI monkey. But
I think it's a half-made game, but I think even after it comes out, it won't be a real game. Like,
Yeah.
it won't be Beyond Good and Evil.
because so much of their pitch was like, "Oh, you help it, like help us make it, like
Yeah.
join the team."
But then it was like,
Yeah.
check out this open world stuff, and the thing no one who liked the original game wanted.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it's gonna be a different kind of game, just with Beyond Good and
Yeah.
Evil 2 and Michelle Ancel. But
I think at best it will be Assassin's Creed to Beyond Good and Evil's like Prince of Persia, but it's still like
Oh,
you're
I
not
see.
going to say Assassin's Creed is Prince of Persia. It's just kind of a more open, less certain things people liked from it, more other things type of game.
right. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Because whatever that was really gonna be, it's just clearly So we'll see on that. That's like their Final Fantasy VII remake at this point.
I mean, I like
So,
monkeys with robot hands. Maybe it'll get a Switch version and he'll be a fighter in arms.
I don't think we'll get a PS4 or Xbox One version, quite frankly.
It's their Crackdown 3.
Yeah, yeah. Ubisoft, let's not talk about Assassin's Creed Odyssey, other than the fact that it exists.
Right.
Hitman 2?
That's Warner Brothers, but any
Right, you're right. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I do hope they end up doing Splinter Cell, though. That'd be great.
That would be
Splinter
great.
Cell. And now they got Michael Ironside back for Ghost Recon Wildlands. So.
Yep.
And that was the biggest problem with Blacklist was a cool game, but recasting him kind of gave this sort of bootleg feel.
It was way harder than, like, it wasn't even the excuse of, hey, Kiefer Sutherland is like a bigger name.
Yeah. It was just
like,
some guy.
Where's Mike?
Yeah.
Michael Ironside is the best.
But
Hey, you're definitely in a mech suit, huh? That kind of went under the radar.
oh no, I pointed it out.
Okay.
Watch Dogs 3, bringing back Aiden Pierce. We miss him.
Wow. Buzzy and Pete, you're both the Rainbow Six people, right?
Rainbow Six Siege. I think it's the first Rainbow Six game I played, and it's a lot of fun.
Do they need another one?
I would be pissed off if they announced the sequel, though.
Yes, they finally made this one good.
But could they just announce like updates or something for
It
it?
has more operators, I guess.
released a patch.
Yeah, they did.
I have so many questions, because you walked by a big, like, Dragon Gate that says, welcome to Chinatown. What world are you in?
China. I was born a Chinese orphan.
Follow the
Do they
world.
have Chinatowns?
There's a Chinatown in
In
China.
China? Isn't that just town?
Yeah, it's
They do have Chinatowns
It's
in
Main
Japan,
Street
but that makes
China.
sense.
that Starlink game was leaked out. That their little toys
Oh,
to
the
life.
Amiibo one?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It looks cool. I mean,
Looks cool.
don't know if it's
just-
for, me, but it might be fun. I don't know.
Looks cool, just like kind of. It feels like
The
late
late-
on a trend, and
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
just who I don't know.
Yeah,
Toys
I mean
to
it being
life.
like little spaceships as opposed to like action figures. I
You
think
can get some of those like model
Yeah.
people into it. Yeah.
there's some Zoids in there.
It seems like they were gearing it towards adults for some reason, even though it doesn't seem like it would appeal to us or children.
Right.
Yeah.
There's like a certain niche of nerdery that would get into that. But
Yeah.
And I'm there because I want more, like, I want space combat. I miss TIE Fighter, but I'm just
People are
not.
really into model trains.
Right.
I don't think if you're really into model trains, you like video games or are
It's one or the other.
Fair.
It's usually exclusive.
or are younger than
There's a
65.
Venn diagram of like
Fair.
sci-fi lovers and like board game lovers. Like if Max,
Oh, yeah,
if Max were to get
Oh
into
yeah, you're right.
totally.
You're totally right. Because I was thinking No Man's Sky. and
Right.
Yeah, you're
There's
right.
like sci-fi
Yeah.
lovers and board game lovers, but over here is model train lovers / my dad.
Right.
Yeah. There's definitely a strata of geek who couldn't give a shit about video games, and I really respect that. Do we think they'll do any kind of?
It was us.
Do you think it's too soon to do another sort of Mario Rabbids kind of game, or any sort of other like Nintendo crossover kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, maybe just no one saw that one coming, so maybe just at a left field.
Well, like
because that Donkey Kong
the expansion thing, yeah.
Right, that's out in June. That Donkey Kong DLC, which is great.
What other genre could they just take on with some absurd crossover?
A
Puyo Puyo Rabbids.
It's gotta be dumber than that. Question or comment?
I was just gonna say, like, I'm expecting the Tom Clancy's Battlegrounds to get announced at some.
Oh yeah, but what branding did they
sense.
use? Did they use Tom Clancy? Did they use?
Recon? Like the
Ghost Recon
Tom Clancy
Royale.
Cinematic Universe? Yeah.
Oh, The Division 2.
Oh
yeah.
That exists.
That's like their biggest thing.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Is that real?
That's a real game.
Yeah.
I'm still amazed because, like,
Speaking of things they did fix and are now announcing a sequel to, Division 2.
Are they taking out the black bosses that when you kill them, she's like, oh, when you kill me, I'll just be another black body in the street.
Yeah.
That's the thing that happened in Division 1
That's
that I pointed out to the developers and got radio silence.
that is so like strafing around what could have been a point. That is.
Yeah. Well, let's collect this. Let's get this loot.
That's the AAA special right there.
Yeah.
Way to Far Cry 5 it, fam.
Yeah, that was really something.
Remember Far Cry 5?
I'm still playing
Vaguely.
it.
I played it
Why?
nonstop.
I don't know.
I was like, that was fun, and didn't touch it again one day.
Yeah, it's fun, and there's nothing else to it.
Yeah.
Someone mentioned Hitman earlier. That's Warner Brothers now. They announced Hitman 2.
Is it not episodic? Is it episodic? Did we get it?
I think it's not because the first
That'd be
one wasn't meant to be episodic. They just did that after the fact.
They
'cause ran
completely
out of money.
screwed it up. Like that was Square Enix dropping the ball so hard that the developers died and had to be reanimated.
Yeah, I think it ended up
by
working though. Like people really liked it.
It did, but like it was also just getting people to play it was put the full game out.
Yeah.
Like not waiting for the stuff to eke out. Like the game's a service concept. We'll have these regular special hunts you can do. That's a cool concept. But building this type of game around episodic, when the vast majority of non-adventure games that are episodic, you see 2 episodes and then the whole thing falls over.
I do think people though ended up liking that model.
Oh, I don't know about the model. I think the game was very good.
But if you see them get it though, I think people liked
people
it. I
liked
think some
it.
people
I
liked
liked it. I
it.
think
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't really pay too much of it, but
I never played it.
good that they survived all that. Good that they got out. So they're with Warner Brothers now. Warner Brothers also has Rocksteady, makers of the Batman games.
What's
What are they
Rocksteady
doing?
doing?
The rumor is Superman, because that's so obvious. But
Yeah, there could be a good Superman game.
Maybe.
the
There
problem,
hasn't been one
the
yet.
problem with Superman is you would have to make so many contrivances to have him be vulnerable in any way, and that was
Just
the player would feel so cheated. Like, why am I held back at all? I'm fucking Superman.
Or anytime the Flash is anywhere, it's ridiculous that anything ever happens to him ever.
Yeah.
That's why the first thing you do in a movie that has Quicksilver, you remove Quicksilver.
Right.
Right. Or you have Kryptonite Fog in Superman 64.
Well, I think what could work is simply have Superman go to Metropolis. He's doing stuff in space. He needs to go to like Apocalypse and like War World and Thanagar and just like stuff where there are going to be some people kind of close to his like weight class. Mm-hmm. So like you can actually have brawls and he'd still have power.
What if it's an ActRaiser kind of game?
Straight up like Jesus Superman would kind of be amazing.
Yeah. What was that? I think if Superman Returns, it was the city had a health bar and not you.
I don't. That's actually that's good, but it would feel way too much like an escort mission.
Yeah. I feel like I live in a world made of cardboard. Being careful not to break
So
someone.
good. And hey, read some of our writings about the DC animated universe, which is still the best DC content made yet.
It has that clip I was just quoting.
Yeah, that's what is right. Yeah.
But I hope it's just not another Batman game. They made too many of them. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, better yet, have it be a Batman game that isn't Arkham.
But like, what does that even mean? Like the Arkham part of those games. Okay.
Batman Ninja.
No, fuck that. The Arkham part of those games is just a branding thing.
Which is stupid. It was stupid after 2.
Right. So it's just them doing another Batman game. I don't know.
Yeah.
Unless there was a rumor they were going to do like a Silver Age Batman game, like a Adam West Batman game.
If they went for
that'd
like,
be really fire.
Like remember Brave and the Bold, like the
Yeah.
cartoon. Just bring back Diedrich Bader to voice it. It'd be great.
You played that game by Way Forward?
Yeah, that was actually Way Forward did. It was a good
Yeah.
one.
As long as there's no driving in it, I'm good.
Yeah, that's
I didn't
Batmobile
like the
stuff.
Batmobile stuff.
Also, don't make an M-rated Batman game. Jesus Christ, that was the most self-indulgent shit. Like, oh, sorry, mom, your child, you can't buy this Batman game for your kids. It's adults only. Like, that's the most wank shit.
And still, like, having the balls to say, no, Batman's not killing anyone. Your car has machine guns and you just ran over 5 people.
Yeah, it's just such an indictment of video games that the idea of a big M-rated Batman game is something that's seen as, like, feasible.
Yeah.
That really...
And celebrated.
Yeah, right? Finally. That was the thing at New York Comic Con where, like, we're doing more R-rated cartoons and everybody applauded. I was like, all right.
Why?
Things that have always been
Yeah. But you know, but things that should be M-rated that Warner Brothers also makes is Mortal Kombat.
MK11, I think, is pretty likely.
Yeah, that's the next part. That's the next part of the cycle. They did Injustice last year.
Yep.
They will announce Mortal Kombat 11.
Injustice is good.
Injustice is good. Mortal Kombat's real good too. But Mortal Kombat X ended a big cliffhanger.
Become self-aware.
Mortal Kombat X ended a big cliffhanger. Raiden became evil. So, you know, we got to follow up on those threads. I think that they will...
I so don't even remember how, like half of Mortal Kombat X went. I just, like, tuned out halfway through the campaign.
Because it was, like, in the future, you're playing as everybody's kids.
Yeah.
It's like a pseudo-remake of Mortal Kombat 4. But I think they'll put even more great emphasis on story, because that's what they're really good at.
Yeah.
And also, because Injustice had a lot of dumb loot box stuff, but I think that they're moving away from that because they got hit so hard for Mordor, which is also WB.
Right.
So I think they will take that all out.
And honestly, like, it feels too late now unless I have a lull, which I just don't have. But, like, I touched Shadow of War.
It was bad, like the first one was.
Anyway. But, like,
it was a Lord of the Rings game. It was awful.
I don't look at them as Lord of I don't look at them as Lord of the Rings games just because they already completely break any sort of canon, which I never really cared about anyway.
That's their redeeming quality.
Like, I just think
you make your own ring. That's so good.
I always just think of it as dumb, like, fantasy Assassin's Creed.
So dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is.
No,
like,
so Assassin's Creed.
It's like alt fiction instead of the real world gaming setting. It's
which is cool.
Lord of the Rings.
It's fun.
But yeah.
So many of those orcs choose to be slaves. It's great.
Okay. Yeah, there are
that sounds like a
of,
choice. You let the guy put his hand on your face? That sounds like a choice.
There are a lot of questionable things about the nature of how orcs are portrayed in media. I'm saying these aren't problems we can solve in one E3 stream.
You're right.
That's true.
But what do you want in a sequel to Mortal Kombat?
I want more story. That's what they do best.
I want Bo Rai Cho.
That'd be really good too. He's probably... I want them to just make a horror fighting game. They already have like Freddy and Jason and Predator, Alien. Just go all the way.
Like it's halfway there.
Yeah.
In fact, what if they just called like Mortal Kombat Bloodlines?
What if it's called Immortal Kombat?
That's too...
I don't know.
It's too obvious.
I mean, they're still replacing all the C's with K's.
No, what if they blew everyone's mind?
Yeah.
Toned it down. Mortal Kombat, the K becomes a C.
Mortal Kombat with a C? Holy shit.
International House of Breakfast.
Wow, that'd be really great. It's Mortal Kombat with a C. Wow, that's really good. Who's next?
Square Enix?
Yeah, Square Enix.
Tomb Raider.
So, okay, East or West first. What do you want to talk about?
West.
Okay, so Tomb Raider.
It's a game.
What's it called again?
Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Right.
Did the movie come out yet?
Yep.
I totally forgot.
Really?
Yeah, because remember, you didn't go to the screening. You could have.
Oh, right, yeah.
The movie came out.
I forgot it was.
Yeah, because that's what we remember. I was walking out.
Did anyone see it?
Me, I saw it.
But did any humans see it?
They were the real world. I don't know anyone paid to see it. I definitely
that's one of
saw
those
it
things
for
that
free.
came and went, like Assassin's Creed or Prince of Persia
wow.
or any other video game movie.
Rampage, the film.
I heard that one's
The
good.
best one
I
of
wanna
all the
see
things
that
we'll just
still.
named, I think.
I don't believe it, honestly, but all right.
Me either.
So yeah, Shadow of the Tomb Raider going to close out this Tomb Raider trilogy?
Yeah. Yep.
So is there going to be another second Rise of the Tomb Raider after it?
Who knows? I mean, they're probably going to move all those people over to that. Because they're also doing that Marvel game. That Avengers game.
Oh, yeah.
Which,
They seem to make good games. Put them on something interesting.
like the Avengers.
Like not Tomb Raider. Right.
That's what they're working on next. Rumors it's like an Ultimate Alliance sort of reboot. Which
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Sure.
Um,
People like those Marvel things. You know?
what else is there Western people working on?
Think they'll have a Thief 5?
Who will be making it?
I don't know, yeah.
Let it lie.
Yeah, I mean,
give it a while at least.
Deus Ex also is going nowhere.
Yeah.
What else do they have?
And Warner Brothers shat the bed so hard on like by just running hard into we need microtransactions in Deus Ex, and to do that we're gonna basically chop out half of the game and make you wait for it. Then we're not gonna make it.
Mechanical apartheid. But you know what will chew you right up is the Japanese side of Square Enix.
Will it?
Will it, though?
Kingdom Hearts 3 will come out this year.
Will it?
Yeah,
Sure.
I think so.
I think Kingdom Hearts 3 will. It's taken a decade and a half, but we have a question.
How much do you think we're going to see of Final Fantasy VII?
Nah.
None.
I'm thinking 20 seconds of promotional render animation or 5 seconds of combat that's going to completely change before it ever comes out.
Yeah, a new logo.
Right.
But yeah, since they got Final Fantasy 15 out,
Yep.
Kingdom Hearts can be a real game now. I think it'll actually come out.
It'll come out. I just,
It'll be
Another
comprehensible.
version of Final Fantasy 15, probably.
They've announced
Yeah.
like basically a second season of like character chapters of just like now you're going to have like
Right.
So I can learn more about Prompto and his goings on.
no, his story is like, pretty much told, but like
Don't tell me that.
like
more.
Ravio or Ravis or whatever, the dumb brother who had
Rufio?
no story. Yeah, Rufio.
Excuse me.
Zuko. Same actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. It's a fascinating thing.
Fabulous.
The hot like dragoon lady Irenea, Lusa Lumina, the dead wife.
They're just making up words. Well,
Yeah, sure.
Pro-
It's
Noctis-
Final Fantasy. That's how you write it.
Noctis Caelum.
Yeah. So there's going to be more of that. We're not going to hear about a Final Fantasy 16. We probably never will hear about a Final
They
Fantasy
should just
16. But maybe.
They should just rename Final Fantasy 7 Remake to Final Fantasy 16. Why not? Who cares? Final Fantasy 7 colon Final
None of
Fantasy
it matters.
15. Final
Yeah.
Fantasy 7 colon 16.
Because people really like 7.
I think
it has
that-
a lot of weight.
It does.
You can't just mess with that.
I think that mobile version of Final Fantasy 15 is going to come to the Switch.
Oh yeah. Did they finish it? Because it was like in episodes for a little while. So maybe once it's all done.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Man, that franchise is released in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
I think
It's one game, but it's a franchise.
I think Final Fantasy 14 is going to have another expansion because it's an MMO.
Yeah, people like it now.
It's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if I had the koyach to keep playing an MMO, I would probably be heavily into FF14. I've gotten into it like
That
a
was
bit,
such a good
but just
tweet yesterday.
not staying with it.
It's like the best measure for depression is willingness to play an MMO.
Nice. Ooh, portrait of mental health over here then.
So what do you think we'll see from Blizzard then?
Well, first off, you mentioned this. You mentioned the Switch.
Yeah.
I think we'll also see more of Octopath Traveler and
I can't wait for that.
what's it? World Ends With You Final Remix, which I think those are both good games.
Both of them
Yeah.
so stoked.
Yeah,
I finally played the Octopath Traveler demo. It's like
It's real good.
it wasn't super
really
sold, but
good.
now it's like, yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Talk about a game that clearly has better writing than its graphics.
Yeah, it's like kind of like weirdly
Yes.
mature.
Yeah. It feels like Suikoden. Of just like you're
Yeah,
telling
you were
this,
telling me, yeah.
this mature story, but you're still using like kind of 1632-bit sprite art. And it's weird, but it totally works, especially if you're a fan of the old stuff. World Ends With You, always fantastic.
It's the only good Nomura game. It's the only one. It's the only one.
Yeah. And I say this as someone who likes Final Fantasy X. But yeah.
Yeah.
Now, it would be nuts if they said, like, and we're putting out the World Ends With You port in 2 months. But
Oh.
a sequel's next year.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
And they should call it, like, The World Ends With Us.
Well, and
Or The World Ends With Y'all.
what's it called? What's it called? It's called something else in Japan. It's like called It's a Wonderful Life in
Hey,
Japan.
there's
and
steroids in that
Steroids.
You know how you do when you label your boxes like that?
yeah.
Be cream in there.
Well, you mentioned Blizzard. Would they show off anything?
Overwatch characters.
Diablo 3 on Switch.
I'd be
Overwatch
down
on
for that.
Switch.
That'd be rad.
Yeah.
Diablo 3, I liked it at the start, even though they botched it hard with monetization with the auction house, but they fixed it. The console versions of Diablo 3 have all been excellent, and it's still a really solid game that they've kept up with some good seasonal
That was
content.
one of the most interesting parts of Jason Schreier's book, the Diablo 3 Chronicles.
Yep.
And of the way that game got fixed and why it got fixed the way it did.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Because it's an excellent game.
Yeah.
It's just, it had rough spots.
Gabe, you mentioned Overwatch on Switch. What about Paladins on Switch out next week? That's the same game,
Is that
right?
happening?
Yeah.
Okay.
For real?
That's the same game,
There's
right?
another game that looks just like both of those
yesterday.
too.
Yeah.
That just came out.
From High Res, it's their Battle Royale game. It looks
It's for Paladins.
It's a Paladins
Yeah.
spin-off. It's,
Okay.
Realm Royale, and it looks a lot like Fortnite visually. It's medieval themed, obviously.
Yeah, that seems
but
cool.
there's like classes and stuff. I was watching
That could be cool, like kind of a bigger scope For Honor.
I think certain streamers got paid money in not insignificant amounts to
There's
stream
still
and be,
guns, though,
to
Will.
stream and be
All
hyped
less.
about that game.
Well, there's still guns in it, though.
Right.
Oh, yeah. I don't know, it's...
Wow, look at the Splatoon level.
We got the big money to stream and talk about this.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, absolutely. Why would we be bothering? Because, like, this is already the game of the year.
Bang, I'm retiring on my Shaq Fu money.
Yeah.
Man, Grimace hit CrossFit. So, like, we talked a little bit about Devolver. Like, they have indie stuff. They're probably going to be showing new kind of interesting stuff. I think 505 is handling some crowdfunded games that are interesting, like Bloodstained, Uncharted, Indivisible, Underworld, Ascendant, like sort of a spiritual successor to Ultima Underworld, maybe?
They're also publishing the next game from a studio. I'm not sure if it's out in public yet, though. So let me check before I say that.
Okay. But, like, they're... I think it's them, I don't remember, but it's like there are a lot of sort of games that were crowdfunded and are moving forward and like reaching near
Right, we're hitting
release.
this next cycle now.
Yeah.
Like stuff that was crowded, like stuff that launched Kickstarters in response to like that first wave of success
Yes.
that's now starting to hit.
And
Yeah.
between those two, I don't know how different people might feel about people who cover games backing them, but I did back Indivisible and Bloodstained because I quite like them, and I think it's totally fine because it's not an investment in the game. It's just like extreme pre-ordering. It's pre-ordering with a vengeance. It's pre-ordering you need to mean.
Right.
But it's also like the only reason pre-ordering is good because actual pre-ordering in the vast majority of cases is really stupid. But making sure a game gets made, or at least increasing the chances of it, that's good.
505 is also publishing the next game from Remedy, makers of Max Payne and
Right.
Alan Wake and Quantum Break.
You could ask me. I saw the trailer earlier today.
Oh, yeah?
It was out on Twitter.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
What, is there a name for it? or-
Yes. What's it called? I'm not going to remember.
Oh, is it that Twin Mirror? So
something.
that's
Twin
them.
Mirror.
Okay, that
That's
reminds me of
Don't
them.
Nod, right?
Twin Mirror.
I thought, no, that's Don't Nod. That is Don't Nod.
Yeah, but isn't Don't Nod the developer, not the
developer.
publisher?
Right, no, no, Remedy.
Oh,
The Max Payne people. Their next game.
sure.
Max Payne, Alan Wake, Quantum Break.
Also, I'm surprised Don't Nod like announced something so soon after just releasing Vampire.
Right, because I think also aren't they also working on the next Life is Strange?
I
Like
hope
the
so.
next actual sequel to it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think that's Remedy. No, because they said they're announcing 83. Or I mean, who cares? I mean, that's the same thing at this point. But
I'm open for a prequel called Alan Woke.
Quantum Break was an interesting game that was also again ruined by these like initial Microsoft choices because they had
Yeah.
that whole dumb TV show component that was totally part of this initial vision of Xbox One of like this like TV thing.
Ambition is good when it's moderated, but not when you're like, this is going to be the big thing, it's going to be a cross-media event, because can you name any of those that aren't already established franchises owned by Disney that, like, have worked?
I don't know.
Okay, yeah. So Twin Mirror, Don't Nod, Twin Mirror, being published by Bandai.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. So we don't know what Remedy's next game is yet, but
So, Bandai, think we'll see a new Souls game?
we'll see. We will see Soul Calibur 6 with Geralt in it. We'll see that Code Vein Vampire Souls game that they're doing.
Which is basically Anime Souls.
Yeah. We'll see Dragon Ball
excited.
Fighters on. We'll see Dragon Ball Fighters for the Switch from them.
Let's see Smash.
We'll see Smash from them. Yeah, on the Switch. Yeah. We'll see Metroid Prime 4 made by them on the Switch. Yep.
We'll see a new One Piece game that none of us will ever touch.
Pac-Man Dating Sim.
That One Piece game looks kind of cool. The open world one.
Yeah, it looks cool. I can never get past I just hate the One Piece art style.
I can't get past that they've been searching for the same goddamn treasure for like 30 years. Fucking find it,
No,
you
for like
idiots.
3,000 episodes.
Yeah.
The treasure is in their heart. It is the unity they've found along the way.
Although I just
They're always getting the treasure.
I just love that one of the arcs is called like the World Government arc or something.
Yeah, it's when you get down to it, One Piece is basically anime Waterworld.
That's a real getting it all over in terms of bad.
From all directions.
Yeah.
Now you say bad.
And by bad I mean bad.
Oh, the My Hero Academia game I think will be showing off too, which I'm excited about because Macadamia I freaking love.
I love those macadamia nuts. They're delicious.
Who else makes video games?
Me and you, anyone could be a developer.
From Software.
And that's why we're here today to talk to you about Full Sail.
Shadows Die Twice.
I was not prepared for that.
Wow. Beautiful. What is Shadows Die Twice?
We're trying to work out a deal with DigiPen.
Sorry.
Is that a Bloodborne 2? Is that a Tenchu remake?
I think it's going to be a Tenchu. But it might be Bloodborne 2, but there's no way to tell. All we've seen is meat and maybe Japanese, which is from software, let's be honest.
Bloodborne 2014?
15.
Yeah.
15.
It's time for
Whatever it is, I'm excited.
more.
For more.
More of that. More rolling. I don't want to do that.
Just
What?
frame counting.
Maybe they announced they're working with Devolver and are doing Metal Wolf Chaos 2.
Again, so we were saying earlier, if Devolver is really putting that out again, that would require them to A, recognize that Metal Wolf Chaos is an irony game, and then approach them, and then for From Software, like this Japanese game developer, to also recognize this is an irony game, and we should let the irony publisher handle it. Like that amount of self-awareness from all parties, I find staggering.
Well, Devolver has that self-awareness.
Right.
They do.
They do.
FromSoft,
Yeah.
And I think at some point From does, because again, they made Metal Wolf Chaos and Ninja Blade.
And they know Dark Souls isn't good.
Ninja Blade. Wow. Black and brink and wet. The game. Gun. Mag. Massive action game.
Ahead of its time as far as Battle Royale.
All games that FromSoft should
they gotta be
remakes
just
of.
pissed.
They're so mad.
Yeah. They're so mag.
Like, oh, we did too many players too.
We should just had them all fight each other.
You know what? Ziff Davis should reach out to them so they could make PC Mag.
Yeah.
We'll be the Battle Royale.
Choose your fighter.
Also, why are you fighting Bob from Tekken?
It's just a nod to Shaq Fu's fighting game roots.
Sure, I want those pants.
No, I'm fighting White Tiger is his character's name.
Sure?
Okay.
He's neither of those things.
You got the pants.
Yeah.
So, anyone else makes video games? I can't think of
Somebody
somebody.
out there's got it.
Maybe
Some guy named Jeff. He's my neighbor.
See, it could be me, it could be you, it could be Jeff.
Well, what indie stuff do you think you
Is that
like
what
want to
you're
see?
doing?
What indie
It's
stuff
hard.
is
It's hard to
exciting?
speculate indie stuff because it's, they're not these. They don't like tease stuff. I mean, like,
The
again,
indie world is so weird
Yeah.
because you have these two temporally polar opposite sides. On one hand, you have these indie games that appear and pop up and they come out and maybe they'll be huge. There's no way of knowing. They happen fast and you hear about it at you try it at PAX or you try it at E3. Then it comes out a few months later. It's like, yeah, this is rad. Then the other side, you have the Kickstarted indie games where it's like it's backed. Then 5 years pass. Then the game comes out and people are like, oh yeah, the game's rad. But there's nothing in the middle of just the normal game developer publishing
there's no more
cycle.
middle class in all parts of life.
Yeah.
Question.
Do you think there would be any hardware announcements of any kind?
I was thinking that and I ran through my head and I just couldn't.
No.
Xbox One X2.
Switch is too new. Xbox One X is too new. They might have an iterative redesign because Microsoft does that, but no.
No.
PS4
They
Pro,
can't-
they're still pushing. But
Yeah,
they're not
Microsoft
gonna
cannot announce new
PS5.
hardware without more games. They
Yeah.
can't do that.
What about VR for Xbox One?
They got to put out games first.
I think they. I want to say that they might announce Windows mixed reality compatibility or something.
Oh, like
'cause-
HoloLens
I
or
can see
something?
that.
But I think the houses are too far apart, and the headsets are there. That you could, in theory, here, just plug this into the Xbox and into your PC. But you need the library. So unless they actually say everything on the Windows mixed reality store is now going to be on Xbox as well as PC, I don't know. They need to. If it'll be an announcement, it'll be that. But then it'll be, hey, instant, choice of headsets for VR on the Xbox One that no one is going to touch.
What about Take-Two? They're Rockstar. They are Borderlands. They are BioShock.
Borderlands 3 is
Oh, there's that BioShock Resurgence thing.
Really?
That's supposed to
Yeah, there's rumors of a new BioShock.
That's the name that they're throwing around now.
Also, that's another thing like Arkham. It's just find a new name or just something Shock. Because BioShock was okay. It's kind of like System Shock. It's a successor to
But
that.
the shock is the
Yes.
connection, not the bio.
Yeah.
Now that
Right.
it's so known as such a thing now, they're never gonna drop it.
Also, BioShock Infinite is a sequel to BioShock. Those,
Yeah.
that game is called that game for
That-
for legitimate
That's
reasons.
fair.
Rocksteady should make it and call it Arkham Shock.
It'll be Bioshock Resurgence: the first good game in the series.
On the Rockstar side of things, of course, the only thing they're going to be talking.
It goes.
On the Rockstar side of things, the only thing that we're going to be showing off is Red Dead 2.
Also, they're
'cause-
never at E3.
That too.
even, so.
Well, they are, but it's like a closed booth where they just.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
poke at things.
Yeah, where they just hang out.
Yeah.
Shout out to Louise. But
They don't have like the giant nightmare like things that Take-Two sometimes does. Like they did that big like Mafia 3 thing.
Yeah, where they had that jazz band walking around the whole
that was
time.
Cool
That was
and
so
weird.
lit.
Like I was not expecting a Louisiana wake to happen when I was at E3, but it was really fitting.
Man, I would hope they make a new Mafia 4. Mafia 3 has such a crazy ending, but what Mafia 4 could be.
I haven't played any of those games.
Mafia 4 could have been about killing the mobsters that killed Kennedy. That's where they were setting up at the end of that game.
Cowards.
Yeah. Mafia 3 was a game about racism that wasn't totally embarrassing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I refuse to believe those exist.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It's no Detroit.
Oh. It's no press X for recognition.
Press X to pay respects. Press X to free the menu.
Yeah. Emancipate the menu. Just in time for Juneteenth.
The worst thing is that like Detroit seems objectively the best Quantic Dream game
That
ever.
means nothing. So many people give that game a fucking pass. I hate it.
But it does not deserve a pass because it is still.
Is it even
this,
like the other?
I was listening to some podcasts from people who I respect, and they were like, "Oh, you know, even though all this stuff about David Cage, you know,
that's one big asterisk.
some people don't."
it seems to be as solid and coherent as like Heavy Rain,
which is bad. It's a
Heavy Rain's a bad
video game.
That isn't. Yeah, they're amazing at presenting something that can trick your brain into thinking, yeah, this is a really like cinematic experience that makes a game feel like art.
Yeah.
But without pretension, like it's this.
Anyway,
it's kind of like Oscar bait of video games,
Very pretentious,
but not good.
Yeah, it's.
But like without like artsy pretension, it's just like narrative cinematic pretension done really poorly.
It's so bad. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
I want to talk about it more. I think we need to fully stream Detroit because we're going to have some fun takes of that.
I don't want
Then
to
we
talk
could
about that
become
game anymore.
Did you know that black androids, their skin's actually white? It's just a hologram cover.
Anybody else? Does anybody else?
That's actually how it works.
That's true.
Yes.
I hate everything about that.
All androids are basically like weird Crichton-looking albinos.
Great. Is there anything else?
But the rebellious
games.
one's black. Okay.
Is there anything else? I think we hit them all.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Surprises? Anything you want to see? You don't think it's gonna happen? Anything you want to see?
Anything you don't want to see?
Anything you don't?
3DS games.
E3.
David Cage.
David Cage. Konami has said that they're putting out 2 Switch games.
Cyberpunk.
Oh,
yeah. Cyberpunk.
What are you doing?
What am I doing?
Yeah, Cyberpunk. They're definitely showing that off.
CD
They're definitely
Projekt
showing
Red.
it off.
Is the CD Projekt stand?
Yeah. Hopes for that. Predictions for that.
Just show us gameplay. Like, just show us the game at all.
What is it?
What is it?
It's Cyberpunk Witcher, basically. Like
Right,
it's basically
but, like, we don't-
Cyberpunk 2097, whatever.
Know what it is.
But we don't know anything.
Oh, you think it will be The Witcher, but in Cyber?
Like an
I
open
hope
world,
so.
but
Yeah.
sci-fi
Yeah.
thing. I mean, I'd be fine
Maybe with
that.
shooting?
Maybe
Like-
they'll do some sort of surprise other element to it that we wouldn't predict.
But
I don't know how well one-to-one that would necessarily translate.
Not one-to-one, but I wouldn't want them to add things that would dilute like the storytelling density,
Right.
which is what makes Witcher great.
right.
Yeah.
Like Witcher isn't great because of the mechanics. It's great because of like
Or even the main storyline, which is
Yeah.
like fun to
the things you can play
Okay,
through.
fantasy.
It's fascinating.
yeah, it's the side stuff. I believe they can do all that justice in a cool sci-fi setting.
Will be their Gwent equivalent.
Oh man,
Cyber Gwent.
Gwent.
Yes.
What if it's
I would
just
love
Gwent?
it if they just called it Cyberpunk.
Cyber Gwent.
Yeah,
It's just
Bioshock.
the tabletop game of Cyberpunk
Yeah.
in the game.
Since Disney clearly isn't using it, just make it Sabacc.
Savak, or it's Netrunner.
Or
That runner would be amazing.
Bizarre.
It's a Pizzone.
Actually, you know, like
It's
Cyberpunk-
Christopher Sabat.
Yeah.
Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk 2077 is like a property that I don't know anything about. I know Shadowrun way more, but like it's something people are into, so it's like an adaptation. But I kind of want them to just like fade out to like someone's face and have it just become Geralt and have it be The Witcher 2077.
That'd be really good. That'd be very
Yeah, the
good.
fact that the creators like, first of all, like a cool guy is like involved and
Yeah.
like consulted on it gives me more faith too. He's had some cool comments on it.
Yeah, because the author of The Witcher is kind of like really salty because he wasn't expecting
Yeah,
the
he
games to
didn't-
make
he
a lot of
didn't-
money.
He didn't accept the royalty deal for the game,
Which
so
is-
he makes like pretty much nothing on the games.
And I could imagine like you would kick yourself so hard doing that. But also like who would expect? Who knew? The first two
Yeah.
Witcher games weren't
They
good,
weren't- the first two, the second one's good. The first one's good in its own ways. It's just
Yeah.
so rough.
but 3 is
I
like
did play it through,
amazing.
though. Yeah.
Did you collect all the nudie cards?
No. That was not my Gwent. Yeah, no, but adapting something that is so, relatively speaking, obscure and making it good is basically what they did with The Witcher, so I think, too, that'll work here.
The pressure's got to be on them, though, so huge
Oh, yeah.
for that.
And people, there were like complaints about that studio's gotten like because they were so well run and they all have all these like quality checks and they have all these like inter-team like synergy and stuff. But there were some complaints that got so big from the success of Witcher that people started to like not like working there as much and stuff like that.
I mean, it's a worry. But
I'm curious how that'll all pan out. I'm sure. Oh, I'm not sure. I'm hopeful that it's still the same quality-wise. And it's been development. I mean, they pushed back The Witcher 3, I think, several times, so they are willing to make sure the thing is good before they release it.
When it's done.
Yeah.
It's a very Nintendo philosophy, like the tentpole philosophy.
Because
that's fine.
Also,
like all they make too, and they make so much money off.
Also, like Valve, they also have a storefront that they make money from. So it's nice that they're always.
Which is the weirdest and most easily forgettable thing.
Yeah.
Yo, it's not if you love older games because GOG was like super good.
It's just like no connection.
Yeah, it's so easy to forget that CD Projekt does it, but like I love GOG. It's great.
Famous store you can buy Star Wars pod racing from, GOG.
Pod racing,
I did that thing.
Nice.
Paid $9.
You can get Crusader No Remorse. I believe it's free. Tyrion 2000, really fun vertical shmup. A lot of good DOS games, man.
I want to play Shaq Fu, Legend Reborn.
So I'll say this: for like it's a game I've been playing like an hour, not thinking about it. It's like all right.
Mindless enough?
Yeah, it looks fun.
It's like it runs well enough.
What if you were like just doing this and focused on
But like it's a beat 'em up. Like they're all like this, you know.
Yeah.
So why are you fighting in Scrooge McDuck's backyard?
It doesn't look especially engaging.
But it's like a beat. I feel like you would say that about a beat 'em up, even like a classic one. So
yeah,
you don't like 2D games, right? Isn't that a...
Well, look at this whole.
Play like Double Dragon and Street Racer.
I guess it is 3D sort of.
But yeah, I was a kid. I was a dumb kid.
Soda pop.
Soda pop.
So yeah, so like whatever. This is like not. It's not. You know, it's fine. It's better. It's the best Shaq Fu game. I'll tell you that. But unless we have any other. So let's do one last wild card. What's the craziest, most implausible thing you want to see at the show?
I mean, it seems implausible. Nothing would get me as hype as like over 26, but it's not gonna happen. So.
I want that too, but since you already got that, I'm gonna say Twin Snakes ported to the Switch.
Oh, I was also gonna say something Metal Gear related. I just want Snake. I just want Snake and Smash Brothers. That's all I want.
I would also, on that
yeah,
note, like an actual like HD Metal Gear collection on a console I own, so I can buy and play them all.
Yeah,
that would be great.
Like that seems like a.
They're all scattered to the winds.
Yeah.
And I can't like. I could get it if I tried, but
yeah, maybe that's the.
If I can click a button and buy it and play them all, I would do that.
Do you think that could be like the collection they're doing instead of Castlevania?
It could be, but I think it's Castlevania.
I hope it's Castlevania just because.
Yeah, it's easier just to do Castlevania.
It was difficult. Also, I trust them to do to port like old side-scrolling games a lot more than I trust them to port like Metal Gear games again, especially after the nightmare that was the Silent Hill collection.
Right. Also, I would see them being petty enough to just put that out to just totally try to like kind of kill Bloodstain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And also like to remove Kojima's name from the games.
Exactly. They don't want to like bring that name out in public.
Yeah.
Yep. You know what? Out of like nowhere, impossible thing I'd love to see at E3. Playable Death Stranding.
Oh, I know what I want. I want Halo Master Chief Collection on PC.
Okay.
I just like one that isn't busted, but
they're still updating it. They just released right now, currently as we speak here in 2018. There is a current new build of the latest version of a working and improved Master Chief Collection.
Well, yeah,
they're still updating.
They're adding a 4K patch still.
Adding it was because it was enabled by the what's it called? What's the good Xbox called? Xbox One X. It was enabled by that. Something about like the capability and the net code for something that had to be done on Xbox Live to make it work enabled them to be able to upgrade MCC to a workable game.
it's still so amazing to me.
They're letting you install only the parts of the games you want to play, so you don't have to install like a million campaigns you don't want.
That's great.
They're making the servers playable. It supposedly runs a lot.
Are you saying it's Halo a cart now?
It's Halo a la carte.
When is that patch coming out? Do you know?
I don't know when the actual release for that is. They're honestly still. There's like an MCC Insider program where you can sign up to get these early builds and play them. The people who have been playing it since I followed because of Halo. I have a lot of those people say it is good. It's a lot better. I really wish the game launched that way, like a lot, because that was a slam dunk.
It's so amazing they launched it so broken.
So broken. Months for months. Still.
How do you release a Halo collection with broken multiplayer?
Yeah, it was so rough. It was because like this other studio handled it, and then they could. It's just there were so many moving parts, and they messed them up.
It's kind of like releasing a Super Mario Maker where you can't upload your levels.
Yeah.
It is a little bit like that.
Well,
as far as getting that on the PC, maybe someday. Halo 6, in theory, whatever it is, if it's a mainline game or if there's a spin-off, but Halo 6, because of Microsoft's first-party, the new line about any first-party game is on Xbox and PC, like mainline Halo game, in theory, should be available on both.
Yeah, and I don't see why they wouldn't put the legacy titles on PC as well. Because I heard Sunset Overdrive is supposed to be coming to PC next.
That'd be really cool. Not enough people played that game.
Yeah, which is great.
That's pretty cool.
What about you, Pete? Any E3 dreams? You're gonna be watching day and night, right?
Yeah. Cyberpunk is probably the only game that I have like legitimate interest in. Like the other ones, I'll play them as they come out, but in terms of actually like watching a stream of it, like I don't really think I care. You know?
What about Splatoon 2 Octo expansion?
Nope.
The most aesthetic video game of all
See
time.
with those octopi.
Octoling Traveler.
That song is so good.
That song is good.
Yeah.
That song slaps.
No, I mean I'm basically just looking forward to not having to cover any of it, like not being in a situation where I have to watch a Sony press conference and be like, oh boy.
I mean, you're gonna be pushing out articles about all of it across multiple websites, social media feeds.
Just gotta write words, yeah.
Yeah. We didn't mention Sega, but like.
Right, we didn't mention Sega.
Sonic Racing, okay.
Boo,
fine.
though. Why is he in a car?
He runs.
Yeah, they already made 2 like pretty good Sonic. Like they made those Sega kart games. Those are pretty good.
Using a car in those too.
Right, but I'm saying like that made sense because it was not just Sonic characters.
Right.
It's like if you're doing, what's the point of doing an all Sonic kart racing game if you're just gonna put them in a car again?
There is none.
Yeah, so it should have been Sonic R remake or whatever.
Yakuza Kiwami 2.
Okay.
The 2 new rhythm games from the Persona series.
What about a Persona 5 port or something?
To Vita.
The worst thing that's not even impossible. Like that's totally plausible.
It really is.
It's still happening, but
The next Total War 3 Kingdoms thing just got delayed, so we probably won't be seeing that from Sega.
I know there's already like the Dawn of War series, but I would love a Total Warhammer 40K. Like they have the fantasy one, but 40K is so much more cool. And like the scale of Total War would be rad.
Oh, Valkyria Chronicles are showing off.
Yeah.
Those are pretty good. I'd play those.
Warhammer, that's kinda...
No, like they have Total War Warhammer, but I'm talking like Total Warhammer 40K. Because like they have the fantasy one. Yeah.
I forgot that there was a difference between those.
Look, one has orcs that are
The main
demon
difference
monsters.
is one ripped off by Warcraft. The other one is ripped off by StarCraft.
Gotcha, right, okay.
I'm glad you corrected yourself, because otherwise we'd have words.
I know you're about to jump on.
Right.
I will pick Buzzy up and throw him at you.
2 birds, 1 stone. Right, yeah. So there's that. Maybe I'm sure they'll find other settings for those games eventually. Yeah.
Rabbids Total War.
Sure. Hey. Yes. Bloody. Really gory.
All right, I think it's good.
Half-Life 3.
Oh yeah.
Right. Oh, how could we forget?
Obviously. It was such a given. We didn't even mention it.
Yeah.
Team Fortress.
But it'll be blocked for too much trolling.
Right. Yeah.
All right, I think it's a good end play for our supersized
Super stream.
in length and a number of boys.
There's
Our
4.
E3 panel.
Greater in length and girth.
Yep. That's
Yeah.
us.
Oh.
So this is Shaq Fu. It's for
New
free.
Geek slogan.
It's Shaq Fu. It's out now on all sorts of things,
true.
possibly free depending on your other purchasing habits. We'll be back next
Get it on
week.
Vita.
E3's next week. We'll have coverage of it all
Enjoy.
over the place. So watch it, and
We'll be there and doing things.
we'll be there.
I'll be there
back.
dying.
We'll be back here Friday for something else to stream.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So we'll be
Hopefully.
back.
We'll try.
We'll decompress and
Talk
Get
about
to
video
it.
games. Maybe we'll have a debrief.
yeah. So thanks. I'm gonna keep playing the Shaquille O'Neal, the
Enjoy
video
video
game.
games.
Don't.